Have been spoken for. These are going like hotcakes today because I think we're all realizing it's a great time of the year to get organized. Kids are going back to school, maybe going off to college. This would be an amazing way to store their things in smaller spaces. But it doesn't require a small space. It requires any space that you might have, whether it's the living room, whether it's the kitchen, maybe it's a den, maybe it's an office. This could be in any single room, and I love this particular style with the lattice on the sides. Not only is it more decorative, but you can see it holds books in place, things that, you know, if you like to have your picture frames and decorative pieces like you're seeing here on a shelf, they're not gonna go toppling off to the side. So we're gonna demonstrate in the show how quickly you can put these together. It is literally like 3 seconds. I mean, maybe 4. But I think a lot of you will say the hardest thing about them is just getting them out of the packaging. And the box that they come in, they come very well packaged, and there's free shipping on our 6-tier shelf. So these are the gorgeous colors that we have. I will be giving you some updates in the show because that's where we're at in the day. I'll give you a look at all the choices. You are welcome to as many of these as you would like. It's not just one per customer. Considering this is, wow, for this day and today only, look at the price, $89.95 down from $140. So you're saving that $50 and you're getting this with free shipping, plus of course 5 or 6 flex. So here's your silver metallic. We do have it in the vintage bronze. All of these are classic colors that we've had for years and years. They go so well in any home decor. Next over here, I do love this beautiful green, that rainforest green. It's a beautiful, beautiful choice. And by the way, if you hear this, these are all powder coated steel. They don't ding or dent or rust or chip, even if you're putting them outdoors. Moving along to the other colors, the black, always a big seller. We love the black. I've got one in my office in this color. Here's that beautiful graphite. This is or gunmetal, excuse me. It's a beautiful matte finish. It doesn't have a shimmer like some of them are, a little bit more metallic-y. The one color that has been the #1 best hit today is the white. We love the white, great in laundry rooms, kitchens, you name it, fresh and clean. The next color is our most limited choice. We're down to 380 in this color called eggnog. Isn't it pretty? It's kind of an ivory. It's like a really pretty, like a soft, creamy color. 2 more colors to share with you. One is a really pretty blue. It's called Riverside Blue. Very soft. It's not like a bright, a cobalt blue. It's more of a periwinkle blue. And then lastly, we do have it in red. This is a cool red. It's like a blood base or a deep, oh, it's a rhubarb. That's why it looks different than the regular red colors that we've had in the past. My guest Lou is off to the side. He's like, rhubarb. Come on out, Lou Caputo.
Well, you know, because I'm with you. The first time I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's different. Red. It's red. They were like, no, it's rhubarb.
It's rhubarb.
Yeah, but it's a different shade.
Of course this is rhubarb.
Of course it is. Speaking of rhubarb,
see you.
Here I am.
We always have a great time together.
We really do.
Good to see you today. Happy Labor Day weekend.
Thank you. Let me bring this. Now, notice how easy I'm carrying this out here. You know why? Because it only weighs 26 pounds.
It's pretty amazing considering it holds 250.
Oh, yeah. Actually, this one will hold up to 300 pounds with the leveling feet on it. And I'll show you all that in a second.
Oh,
and without the leveling feet, 420 pounds.
What?
This thing's a beast.
Holy smokes.
It really is. So if you've never seen this before, let's just pretend there's folks out there who've never seen origami before. This was like the 3rd or 4th piece in the entire origami line that we ever started selling, okay? And we've been selling origami here for 15 years. This product was created by you, by the customers. Folks asked us to make this bookshelf. And the reason for that was that everybody loved our full-size origami racks, the big industrial ones, but the footprint was a little too much to put in a hallway or maybe a bathroom or someplace like that. They're like, so can you keep the good stuff, like the ease of setup on these and the powder-coated steel and, you know, the weight capacities? Can we have all that, but we just want it in a smaller footprint? And, you know, while you're at it, maybe something a little more decorator friendly. Bam, this is what we got right here. So let me show you the things that make it different, and then I'm going to show you how it's the same, okay? So one of the differences, the first thing is the shelves. Most of our origami racks, as I'm sure you know, have wire shelves on them. And the reason we do that is for airflow and water flow. So we said, okay, if it's going to be a bookshelf and people are going to be putting small objects on it, okay, what we'd like to do is have some kind of a shelf where things aren't going to fall through it. And they said, okay, well then solid shelf. And then they said, well, wait a minute. We still want water to go through there. We want air to go through. So then they said, okay, we'll put holes in it. So that's where the perforations came right there. So you can use this as an herb garden. garden. You can use this as a planter if you wanted to. Anything like that. Water will flow, air will flow. So that's the first difference. The other difference, and I'm going to just rotate this sideways slightly, is right here.
Yeah.
The lattice work on the side, okay? This is actually welded on here. So it's structural, but it's also beautiful, and it's functional in the sense that it will actually stop books from falling off the shelves, which we felt was important if we were gonna say that it's a bookshelf, you know,
yeah,
right out the gate. So you don't have to use it as a bookshelf, but that seemed like a big, a good thing to do. The entire piece, and it's funny because my wife Kelly was like, how wide is this? So I know that there's at least one or two in my future right now. Because she showed me a spot in the kitchen where she wants to do 2 white ones, okay?
Okay, cool.
About 11 inches from side to side right here, okay? So that's how far it's going to stand off of your wall, a foot or less, okay? So that's a good thing for those smaller spots. The shelves themselves are 2 feet across this way. There were 6 shelves, so that's 12 linear feet of storage that you're going to get when you buy this.
So 11 inch from front to back. 2 feet across.
Right, 24 that way.
Good,
now,
good.
watch this though. This is the origami magic, and this is why it's named after the ancient Japanese art of paper folding, is because we can take this rack that is 12 linear feet, give it a little kick, a little flip, and a little kick, boom, just like that, and we fold that down. That's it.
Bam, done.
That's the whole thing right there.
Seriously, I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
If you're not using it, if for example it is for your kids in college dorm rooms, and you need to store it for the summer, look at, it takes up a couple inches.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, the options of like, you know, the 100 pieces to assemble from that other Swedish store.
I'll be showing you that in a second.
Oh, okay.
I will show you that in a second.
Think about how many other shelves, like they bow, they dip, they start.
They bend,
you know,
they break. This
they
is
do.
steel. You don't get, it doesn't get better than steel.
No,
You don't
doesn't.
get better than, and powder coated steel too, which if you've never encountered it before, means that it's going to resist chipping and scratching, but also it's corrosion resistant. So you can use these indoors as well as outdoors, humid environments. It just absolutely does not matter. Now, when you get it home, it's going to look like this. It's going to be flat packed in a cardboard box. Let me tell you, they work hard to pack these in those boxes because getting them out, it's a thing. But no, it's not that bad. But it's the hardest thing you're going to do is get it out of the cardboard. Once you get it out of the cardboard, watch this.
Yeah, this is the best thing ever.
This is the magic.
I was just bragging to a friend about this morning. Watch.
Boom. Just like that, we open it up, okay?
Done.
Now, I'm going to spin it around so you can see the back of it. That's the origami toggle.
You
And
just have
this,
to-
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Now, this one's going to be stiff, though, because it's brand new. Boom, just like that. This is patented, that design. And here's why it's patented. Watch what I can do. Now, the Callie, you just put that in place like that. My lovely assistant, watch this. Look at the way. See, this is what I'm talking about. This thing is pretty much done just by doing that one toggle. Now, that's kind of genius, I think. And then you flip over the top just like that.
Lock it down.
One latch right there. Put that in place. You are done.
And
now,
watch this.
Go ahead. 26
Ready?
pounds. Boom. Look at her. Now, she is phenomenally strong, but no, it's 26 pounds.
I
It's
am
simple.
Norwegian.
No, yeah, that's right. Viking woman. So let's talk about the weight capacity of this, because we know it weighs 26 pounds, but how much will it hold? Well, if you look at the bottom of this, it has these little black discs, and we call those leveling feet, okay? Why do you need those? Well, if your floor is uneven and you're putting crystal on here, you don't want it wobbling, okay? So if I take this with my foot and I go clockwise, it's going to extend it down. If I rotate it back counterclockwise, it's going to go up. It's going to retract. So that's why you want the leveling feet. Here's the thing. With the leveling feet on it, it does raise it a little bit off the ground. So we tell you, listen, limit yourself to 50 pounds per shelf with the leveling feet, just so it doesn't get tippy, okay? But that's 300 pounds. That's no joke that you can put on here. But without the leveling feet, let's say you got a house like mine where, like, I sat there for 2 weeks and watched the guy put the tile in and level out the floors. I mean, this guy did an amazing job, right? I know it's level. I don't need the leveling feet. I can go up to 70 pounds per shelf for a grand total of 420 pounds. That's
so I am
massive.
a little envious right now of your floor, because I, on the other hand, have slate floors, and it's...
Well, I mean, that's the nature of
Which
slate,
I don't mind it, but it doesn't give me the even floor.
Right.
So I appreciate those leveling feet.
You could use this.
Even if it's like just a millimeter or 2 centimeter.
Yeah. And they can all be different. That's the other thing.
Exactly.
So that's a great feature. But let me show you something. Let's leave this right here, and I'm just going to walk off and come right back on, because I want to show you what the alternative is to what we just did with the origami. And mind you,
I see what's happening here.
Okay, so, and it's on a dolly, because I tried to carry this out to set earlier and almost killed myself with this thing.
5-shelf bookcase.
So 6, 5. Metal, powder-coated steel right here. particle board. This whole thing is particle board, okay? Guess how much? I'm not gonna give you the exact price, but I'm gonna say this. It's within spitting distance of what we're charging today for the powder-coated steel Origami Big Shelf to buy that.
And that is going to fall apart and turn into dust one day.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what that happens? I'm serious.
With particle board? All day long. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's the other thing, too. I bought this a week ago. My intention was to put it together for this show. It's still in the box. So I didn't have the time. I'm like, because I'm looking at this going like, what is this, 2, 3, 4 hours? I don't know how long that's gonna take. I know with origami, I mean, if we did this fast, 5 seconds?
That's what
10 seconds?
I said at the beginning, I'm like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Literally, that's how much it takes.
This is a project. This is something that's gonna take me the better part of a day to do, and I just don't have it in me anymore.
I mean, who does? I mean, I have a friend right now, Kristen.
I got better things to do.
She asked 2 friends. She's like, I'm ordering this shelf. I need it for all my makeup. She's a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need you guys to come over and spend the afternoon. I mean, 3 people to put together a shelf that you could do in 5 seconds on your own.
Or you could just buy origami.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
This is the way to go. I mean, this can be used for, I'm thinking, makeup and all the things if you're in the beauty industry.
So many
Look
things.
at all the ideas we've got behind us here to show you.
Well, and I love this video because it's showing you different uses within a home, just so you can kind of get an idea stylistically how this is going to go into your house. And here's the thing about origami, all right? You're going to see some of these are more contemporary, some of it looks a little bit more modern, but here's the thing about origami. I call this particular piece the chameleon of the origami world because it will take on the personality of however you decide you want to style it out. So if we start down here, okay, this is that Riverside blue we were talking about. Look at the way we're using this to organize by just putting, you could do baskets, you could do cubes like this. My wife Kelly's the queen of the cube. She has all different kinds. It's really nice because like I had my office at home was a wreck and she started organizing it with cubes like this.
God bless her.
Now, mind you, she put everything in the cube so I don't have no idea where anything is, but it looks really good. It looks very organized.
And you know what, I said this at the beginning, that's the way I feel when I get organized. And my office is a bit of a shambles right now because I just, you just feel like, it's the best feeling ever. And then you've got this beautiful shelf and eventually you'll know exactly where everything is.
And look at that. Look what I just did. I leaned books up against the lattice work just to show you that it actually does work. It's functional.
100%.
Those aren't going anywhere.
2 things you're seeing on the screen right now, those baskets are still in stock. We've got 3 different color choices. It's a 2-pack of the metal baskets. And we'll show you down here. In fact, I'll pull one over right here.
Now, don't get excited. This one's on wheels, and the reason that it's on wheels is we had them last night, but they sold out.
They're sold out.
So,
but we'll get them back in stock.
Yeah, at some point.
But this is the basket, and you're getting 2 of these. You can see they just slip right onto the shelf. These are amazing to maximize all the space.
They also fit on the large racks, too.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Good to know. So any origami shelf you have from the past.
Right.
The other thing that you're going to see rotating on the screen, by the way, the baskets, you saw it on the screen, we have the liners, and these are great, too. If you don't want that, what did you call this design with the holes?
Oh, perforations.
Perforations.
Yep.
Some of you want the solid surface to be able to put picture frames and things. They come in a 6-pack.
These are magnets.
Here's the information for you. There it is, 878-858, and we have the clear available for you for any of the colors that you might want to pick up.
And you get 6.
Yeah, you get a 6-pack.
One for every shelf.
So let me remind you, we've got all the colors. The one that will sell out first today is this eggnog. Right behind Lou. This one, we're down to about 300 available for the rest of the day.
They're going.
They're going. All
fast.
of them are going really quickly. So we have rhubarb, Riverside blue, eggnog, we have the white, we have the graphite.
Gunmetal.
Gunmetal, I keep saying graphite.
I know,
Kind
it
of
looks
the
like
same.
graphite.
Black, love this green.
Isn't that great?
I really like
forest
the green.
green.
And we have it in the vintage bronze. This is a classic, a favorite, and then the metallic silver.
The metallic silver, So a lot of choices there. But again, this is the kind of item that's going to take on that personality. For instance, the one here that's all decorated for fall, for Halloween. I love this because I am 100% on board for the cooler weather. And I just, this right here, look at, you wouldn't look at this and say like, hey, that came flat packed in a box. And by the way, it's made out of steel. Nobody would ever say that if they looked at it. It just looks like a really nice shelf.
And this is the lowest price we've ever done on the 6-tier bookshelf. In fact, it's never even been a Today Special.
Never.
So it is for sure the lowest price you're going to see us ever do on this, and it is one of the favorites. In fact, where did I put my info? I wanted to read some customer reviews because it's a big customer pick.
Yeah, people
Take a moment if you have a chance to read some of the other comments. Here's one from Nevada. I'm an origami fan. I have them in my laundry room, office, kitchen, and library. Gail says from Indiana, I probably should have purchased 2. I love the fact the sleeves are shelves, I think it's
The shelves, yes.
are solid and nothing can slip through. Another from Illinois, I got these shelves for my daughter's laundry room. She didn't
Wow.
have any space for her towels, washcloths, or dish towels. And then one more that I just printed off here from Arizona. This is my second origami 6-tier bookshelf because I love the first one so much. They take maybe a minute to set up.
Yeah, it's the truth too. And the funny thing is, the first time you do it, you're going to be like, okay, I missed something. You know what I mean? But it really is that easy. You know what the craziest thing? Speaking of missing things, one of the craziest things about origami is I will actually walk into a room where there's origami and not pick up on the fact that the furniture that's in there is origami because it blends in. To that end, I want you to look over here.
It looks
Did
great.
you notice this?
So funny. I didn't until you pointed.
Until I just pointed
You just
out.
pointed.
And see, that's,
and there's two
I'm
of
gonna
them.
move this out of the way. Yeah, so this whole tableau back here, this little lifestyle section, is all origami, okay? And when I walked in, I just thought it was part of our set furniture.
That table too.
Yeah, this is the telescoping desk that comes up to about chest height on me.
I love
so
that.
this thing will actually get really tall. And then these are two of the bookshelves that you're buying right now, as you see them here in the white. And look how great, this is exactly what Kelly wants to do in our kitchen.
Yeah,
Put
it
them on
makes
side by
sense.
side on a little rolling cart that we have there. But look how great that looks. Oh, and by the way, if your unit of measure is like my wife's, and she's a big crafter, if your unit of measure is how big a Cricut is, you could see right there, that's that 2-foot shelf, and the Cricut fits on, that's a full
Nice.
size, fits on
That's
there
a
perfectly.
good one. Yeah, thank you. That's a good
For the
that's
crafters.
the Explorer Air. Incidentally, if you're just tuning in, we're going to show you once again how quickly you can do this. Do you mind if I
No, go ahead.
have at it?
Go ahead.
And I haven't practiced because, I mean, I have my own origami shelves at home. You
This is a
literally
brand new one, so it's a little stiff. You're gonna see
Okay.
when you try to kick it up, it's a little stiff. There you go, boom. Okay, I take it all back.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
So at this point, folks, I know we're marching towards 8,000 sold already. Here
Wow.
we are. It's early afternoon. It's not even lunch on the West Coast. We are down to final quantities in, well, I will say this, the eggnog, and that silver metallic is
Yeah.
getting really limited too.
Really, that's a great,
Yeah.
that's a great color too. I like that one. There you go, give it a little push. There,
See?
boom, look at her. She
It's
knows her
not hard.
origami. I mean, after 15 years of selling it, I
I am a huge fan. I remember
me
the
too.
first day I saw this product. It was at a
Oh.
product fair.
look at that, where I was doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is a brilliant product. It was actually the original, the big,
Yeah, the
you know,
big guy.
Yeah, the big
very
guy.
first one we ever
So
sold.
many
which,
other iterations have come about because of the big guy.
and which is also coming up in just a little
Yes,
while.
it is.
The big one,
Yes,
so
it is.
that's exciting too. I like to show people this example, now, and because the white, number one, is so popular today, but a lot of people with the white, they'll use it in their kitchen, they'll go bathroom, they'll go baby's room, they'll go laundry room, you know, different places like that. The application you're seeing here is that bathroom application, and what's neat about this is that, you know, we were talking earlier about particle board and how it disintegrates when it gets into humidity, okay? Never gonna happen with the powder-coated steel. And this is just great because of the footprint on this, because of that size where it's only 12 inches off the wall, 2 feet across. It's perfect for bathrooms, which tend to be very small rooms in most homes, especially if you've got one, maybe it's a guest bathroom or a half bath where you
Yeah.
don't have any storage in it.
Exactly.
Bam. Right here, this is all you need. You put it together, put it in there. For the kitchen, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you want, like my wife Kelly's like, we got to get 2 for our kitchen. Okay, I'm like, you know, yeah, because it makes sense. Because again, any humidity that might happen in there, any liquids that get spilled, you don't have to worry about any of that with these, and it just looks darn good, and it
They
holds
do.
a lot.
They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, kitchens, to update kitchens, is really costly. Same with
I've done it.
bathrooms.
Oh, I've done it.
So
I
just
wrote
to
that check.
just to add more storage
Yeah.
in a way that's kind of fun and industrial looking.
Yes.
It's modern and edgy and kind of cool. Just to give you a heads up here, white is screaming. Very popular. So it is the
A great
number one
choice.
bestseller all day and in this show as well, followed by the black. So if you want either of those,
Oh,
I
yeah.
say this because as the day goes along, you know how things go. We can't like make phone calls and
Yep.
you know, what we have is what we have for today. And this is the first time to do the 6-tier bookshelf as a Today Special,
Yeah.
meaning it's the best price we've ever done, ever will do, and it's free shipping. 5 Flex, you're getting this way under a $20 bill delivered right to your door. And that's why if you heard me read some of those reviews, people who have purchased one in the past are like, gosh darn it, I should have just gotten 2.
Yeah.
And it is like a bag of potato chips. You really do. Once you get one, you kind of just realize, wow, there's other spaces that I
Oh,
can
yeah.
maximize the use. It's just vertical storage that now I can use.
And I really feel like this is one of the most versatile racks that we sell just because it is made specifically to blend in with your decor, to work inside the house, where we have smaller areas, like, you know, smaller hallways and you know, lower ceiling heights and just things like that. This is a product I think that's going to work in pretty much any home, and I don't care what style of house you have, because again, remember what I said, it's the chameleon of the furniture world, where however you decorate it is how it's actually going to look. Now, we moved over to the other side of the studio just to show you another little lifestyle.
How great does this look?
Area. This entertainment center is all origami, okay? So you've got two of the racks you're buying right now, the bookshelves, okay, in the flat black, or the matte black, I should say, which is my favorite way that they do black on these. And then in the center, we have two of our stackable racks, which are also origami. And even though they're stacked, they are two separate pieces that we could break apart if we wanted to. But these will each hold up to 150 pounds, these little stackable racks right here.
We're going to put those up on the screen too, because you could recreate this whole entertainment center.
And when I tell you that it would take you maybe 10 minutes, including getting all of this out of the boxes and putting it together, that's true, all right, to make this into an entertainment center. I've built entertainment centers before. It's not something you're doing. Like, remember the furniture in the box over there? Yeah, it's worse than that. Okay, it's a lot worse than that.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a weekend project.
I was going to say 10 hours, but maybe more like 10 days.
This is like while you're having coffee, you could do this and look at the beautiful result that you get.
Yeah, I mean, that really does look so expensive.
It looks great.
It's a great and usable, functional space.
Yeah.
There's the info, 760-044 for the two-piece stackable racks right in between.
Yeah, these guys.
So as we move along, and I know we've got other things to share in the hour. We've got 2 hours of storage and organization with origami, and I tell you what, there is not a better feeling. I feel like it's a seasonal thing too. Like spring and fall, it's a great time to kind of purge, get rid of things. And I'm speaking to the choir here because I am in the same boat. My garage, I'm in the process. My office, I'm in the process, and then I'll get to the closet. And what a feeling that is to get into the fall and the winter months.
Yeah, and just have everything behind you like that. Have it all in order, and you can actually relax and enjoy yourself in the holidays and that sort of thing. You know what's interesting, you were talking about closets too, because this is actually the perfect size to put into a closet. Walk-in closet, walk-in pantry. One of my friends pointed out to me, they just got a new house, and they were like, yeah, you know, we got our new house, and the closets have nothing in them. They have like a hanging bar, and that's the whole closet. So I was like, just roll one of these in there, and instantly, or two of them, one on either side, and instantly you've got shelving, and it's way cheaper than having those guys come in that actually install it professionally. You know, the expensive ones.
The ones from a certain state?
That state on the other side of the country. Those guys.
I mean, brilliant idea.
It's great stuff.
Great product, so expensive.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm gonna grab this one and bring it back out again. Just so in the splashy rhubarb color, I love this one. Just to show everybody how easy origami is to put away when you're not using it, or if you have to move. All you do is give it that little kick like that, and look how simple that was, okay? Only 26 pounds in weight, remember that. So if you do have to move it around, you're not having to rent a truck, you don't have to get a van, there's no trailers. Put it in the back of your car, it's gonna fit. When you're not using it, hides behind the door, under the bed, in a closet, you know, wherever you want. To set it up, again, just grab the sides, give it a pull like that, a little push down, make sure that's flat, put that origami toggle in the back here, flip that shelf over, one latch there, boom, we're done.
Zero assembly.
Yeah.
Zero.
That's it, no tools?
No tools.
Just these?
Not one. In fact, as I left my house this morning, I have a friend and my Tracy were putting together, I ordered these chairs for my backyard.
Yeah.
They had fallen apart through too many storms.
That's Florida.
They're sitting there with these little tools that came like cranking every bolt in for a chair. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's got to be a better way.
They're still there now doing it, probably.
I'm sure. I'll probably have one on the dock when I get home.
That's it.
Ready for me to sit in. But the truth is, it's a pain in the, you know what, to have to assemble. And now you don't have to worry about doing it or having somebody else come over and wait for your husband or wait for your son or somebody to come and help you. You can totally do this. And I will say this, because this bookshelf, to carry how many pounds?
420 pounds without the leveling feet, 300 pounds with the leveling. Either one of those numbers is like mind-boggling for me. You know what I mean? Because it only weighs 26 pounds. Now, if I brought out that other bookshelf again, the particle board one, it actually holds less weight than this does, and it's gotta weigh like 4 or 5 times as much as this.
And this
because
is
when
26?
I pick that thing up, Yeah, this is 26. When I pick that thing up, I'm going to say that is easily clocking in at 60 or 80 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big, okay? And that's why it's sitting on a dolly.
That's a small box with a lot of pieces.
With a lot of parts in there. Oh, no, if I could shake it around, and it's kind of heavy to do that with, but it sounds like a maraca, because there's so many little parts in there that I know I'm going to either lose or I'm going to forget to put. I'm going to wind up with that one extra bolt and be like, I wonder if that's important.
And when you're putting things on a shelf, I mean,
Yeah.
some things are super sentimental and precious, and you cherish. And if something happened and it fell over, that would be heartbreaking. This is powder-coated steel.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
Cannot say how important that is.
Yeah.
In comparison to other products in the marketplace. I mean, are those valuable? Sure, for the temporary, for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I like to think of it as starter furniture, because basically, I mean, let's face it, we all did it. We've all had it. You got to admit that first, right?
Which is interesting because we all have done it and had it. And we've learned the lesson.
And we've learned the lesson. Yeah, because it's not a hard lesson to figure out. You learn it right away. I want to show everybody one important thing, though. I'm going to flip this shelf over just for a second because I want to show you the bottom of the shelf, okay? And I do this because I always tell people, if you want to know how your furniture is built, look underneath.
Interesting.
Because that's where they hide all the little mistakes, all the whoopsies, okay? Now, when you look at the bottom of this, though, what you're going to notice is how perfect that powder coating is all over this. And this is something that you can't do with paint, because with paint, I don't care how good a job you do, there's going to be drips, there's going to be streaks, there's going to be runs, and it's only adhering to the metal as much as it dried on there.
That is such an interesting point. I'm so glad we're talking about
Powder coating is not like this. Powder coating, it's not just something they slap on. They actually attach electrodes at 2 different points on the metal and then put an electrical charge through it, so it's actually electrified. They spray it with the powder coating material, and it acts like it's magnetized, where the powder coating material will literally, if I sprayed it from this side, it would go past it and come back to it.
Wow.
Like it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like I could spray it through here, through these holes, and it would come back and coat this whole side. It's very cool to watch. But here's the thing about it. In doing that, it's filling the voids in every one of these holes. It's filling all the places where the welds are. It's filling all these little nooks and crannies that you will never get with paint unless you dip it, okay? That's the only way you're gonna get it with paint. So that's why origami does not cut corners, and this is going to last. I have pieces that are 15 years old.
I do too.
That look exactly the same.
I do too, and I've put it through the ringer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been in
I'm not gentle with anything.
different rooms and a couple different
I am not
apartments.
that guy.
That is very interesting. I'm so glad you went through that process. And that's why it doesn't chip or doesn't dent or ding. Even if it dented, it's not going to chip. The paint isn't going to start peeling.
I've dented some, and I can tell you right now that the powder coating does not come off. It just deflects it. I mean, so.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So your rhubarb is always going to look rhubarb.
Always rhubarb.
Let me remind you, here rhubarb, we do have the beautiful Riverside Blue. Eggnog.
Eggnog.
Eggnog. I think we should share your description of what this color really looks like.
So my description was the only way I could ever get eggnog this color was if I added bourbon to it. Come on, I know there's people out there that are with me.
And that's the only time I drink eggnog anyway. So, but it is a cool, like a nice creamy ivory kind of color.
I like it.
So, but it is down to, I think, 250 of these available for the rest of the day. White is absolutely in the lead.
Look at that.
So don't miss out if you want white and you want more than one. I recommend do it now, do it here, do it in this moment. We'll move on to the gunmetal.
My new favorite.
It is a really pretty gray.
My new favorite.
And it's not shimmery, it's not like, it doesn't have any metallic or anything. It's just a flat, matte finish.
Yeah.
So is the black. Black is the #2 bestseller, and it's a beautiful black. I know that sounds silly, but blacks, there's a lot of different blacks out there.
I love the matte. I love the matte.
Black.
Yeah.
I love the Riverside Green.
Yeah.
Or no, it's Rainforest Green.
Yes. Forest green.
Forest green.
Forest green.
Isn't that a pretty color? It's as deep as it could be.
I love that. If I were going to use this in a garden, this is the one I would get. Ooh. You know what I mean? For a planter, herb garden, or something like that. The forest green all day long.
One of the best-selling colors for years and years has been this vintage bronze. It's a gorgeous color. It goes with so many of the wood tones out there. Yeah, very rich. And then the second most limited right now is the silver metallic.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is definitely, the eggnog and the silver metallic are the two most limited. So 746806 is the item number. Again, $17.99 to get this delivered. If you have an HSN card,
it's a great deal.
Add another flex. It makes it around $15, I think. And I think if you don't have that card yet, apply today. Ooh. You're going to see $40 waiting in your account. Apply that towards your today's special.
It's almost half.
Wow, that $49.95 for this. That's a great thing to do. Check that out if you want to go to hsn.com or call that toll-free number. Now, coming up, we have more storage coming your way, and this is the heavy duty, the Mac Daddy.